President Obama meeting with top regulators this afternoon to pressure them to finish the Dodd-Frank financial reform bill, nearly 5 years after the financial crisis. Joining me now is Wall Street Journal reporter Andrew Ackerman. Andrew, they're meeting right now. Can we expect any real progress here? It's been quite a while.
Well, I think we're not going to expect a whole lot of immediate progress. I think this is more an ongoing attempt by the administration to pressure these regulators to get their act together. There has been a lot of progress in 3 years, at least in terms of proposing rules, but they haven't really crossed the finish line on a lot of them in terms of finalizing them. And I think that's mostly what this is about. Like you said, it's 5 years after the height of the crisis. It's 3 years since this law was implemented. There's a lot of things that have slowed things down. There's internal bickering among the agencies because there's a lot of really big rules, like the Volcker rule, that had to be done by 5 different agencies. They proposed that, I think, a year and a half ago, and they hope to finalize that this year. That's the ban on proprietary trading, where banks can't invest their own money for a profit. There's also a lot of core
Andrew, who are the agencies? Who are the people who are there being addressed by the president?
Yeah, so there's about 8 different agencies that are there, plus Treasury. So you have the Securities and Exchange Commission, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. Those are the 2 agencies responsible for implementing the bulk of the Dodd-Frank law. You also have people from the CFPB, which is the new Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and a handful of other agencies. That's kind of an alphabet soup over there.
Now, one of the things we know, Andrew, about what goes on in Washington is that lobbying plays a seemingly ever-increasing role in how legislation gets made. Has that been part of the issue with getting this implemented? Is the financial services companies don't particularly want, any more regulation, and government is increasingly influenced by their lobbyists?
Yeah, I think that's a huge factor in a number of the big ticket items, particularly the Volcker rule. There's been an intense amount of lobbying on that issue, and that's made it difficult because the regulators have the regulators to begin with will have, like the SEC they don't really regulate banks, so they'll have a different perspective than the Fed, which is sort of driving that issue and regulates deposit institutions. At the holding company level. On top of that, you have swarms of lobbyists who are trying to scale everything back, get things delayed, implemented serially rather than all at once, particularly on the Volcker rule, where there's talk about applying that just to specific types of products, like fixed income products and, of course, equities. There's talk of that. I don't know how serious that is.
We shall see. Hopefully something interesting comes out of it. Andrew Ackerman, we appreciate your time.
Thanks so much.